And we evolved from EOS, and Next Level definitely just had some stronger tools that allowed us to really just have the resources to be a better organization.
We actually did not really know that we needed this yet. But the more we talked with Michael about his presentation, the more we realized we were in a growth place where we could not do it anymore with what we knew and what we had in place for tools. So Michael introduced different tools to us about how to operate our company better. A major part of our business where we had challenges with our staff and how we structure better, how we do different things with them. And the processes and the structure we implemented the tools with is making a huge difference. It makes our life even better. Like the system is helping us manage instead of us like managing each individuals all the time.
I think it's like anyone when you reach if you have that self-awareness of reaching your glass ceiling, of knowing you either need help in getting through that or help in going around it, it can be both.
With Next Level Growth, it was really, we were going through a transitional change in our business from what I would call stage 2 in our business to stage 3, where it was really important for us to really, have operational change management as part of it. And I think working through his elite obsessions really helped kind of understand some of the tools that they provide. Anytime you're dealing with people strategy and just business strategy, it helps to have a guide that's been there many times and that can help you kind of through all the different kind of the mess and the dust that kind of comes up from making transformational change.
I would say some of the breakthroughs, or when we had a little transition in our leadership team, we finally got to the point where we lived by this philosophy of right person, right seat. And Next Level Growth really held us accountable to say, hey, we've talked about this person 2 quarters in a row. They're not the right person in the right seat. It's time to move on. And we actually made some big changes that have just elevated the rest of the team.
I think it really boils down to the tools that they supply and the wealth of knowledge that they have. I think that your guides that we have access to and their resources are really make the world of a difference to help to kind of coach you through all the struggles and just helping you to be really a better leader in your organization.
I would say if you've hit that glass ceiling where you find yourself frustrated, not knowing how to continue to move your team forward, get them engaged, get them motivated, I would say this is your opportunity. Really having a team that's focused all in one direction is optimal to be able to get to that next level.
I was skeptical when I first joined. When I first came to Next Level Growth, I was the CFO at the time. And I kind of looked and said, hey, this is kind of expensive. We're not that big of an organization. Is it worth spending this kind of money? And it only took me a couple of meetings when I really began to realize that the value that came out of meeting with one of these individuals, getting the help to really focus on what our problems, what our issues were, and correcting them, paid for itself many times over. And so I thoroughly believe now, I look at it as it's a pittance to pay. It's so inexpensive to get the guidance and the help that we receive that I'm happy to, make the payment every time it comes up, because I know I'm getting many times more in value from the meetings that we have.
For me, the one thing that was different about Michael and Next Level Growth was the scalability of it and practicing what you preach. In other words, it became obvious that Michael and the team has instilled some of those own virtues in their own thing, whereas other consulting firms, if you will, that maybe compete with Next Level Growth, great individuals at the top, but it wasn't scalable. In other words, you could only go as far as their ability to take on you as a client, where with Michael, it felt more befitting and comfortable that the Chads and the Chris's and the Bens and, I could go on and on, the people that I know within Next Level Growth, I felt comfortable that they were replicating Michael's dream and vision within their own kind of context and not screwing up the paradigm, so to speak.
So, if I was to guesstimate a financial value, I think it's certainly in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think some of these decisions that Michael's helping us make through his guidance translates into eventually millions of dollars. But I think it's in the work, right? Doing all the work that it takes, going through all the process, the each step of the obsessions that he's working us through to get elite level out of our team. Great businesses are not built overnight, and neither are some of the financial rewards. I think some of the things that we're putting into dollar value is really also on the return on energy that we get as well, and the return on life. Those are the things that you can't put a price tag on.
It's priceless. There would not be a specific dollar amount or a tangible amount that we could place on it. I know every single quarter, every single annual, we always walk away saying just how invaluable our time spent was, as well as all the follow-ups and measurables that we track following those sessions together. But I will just say, from when we started with Next Level Growth to where we're at today, the investment and the time that we've spent has paid for itself tenfold. And it's also allowed our young leaders within the firm to excel and create value within the firm, which you can't place a price on that as well.
Well, that's a tough question. We've been doing this for not a year quite yet, so it's still new to us, but we feel that it's not a fit for everyone, and it depends where you want to be. So if you want to grow and want to be an elite organization, that dollar amount is, to me, how much we pay is worth it. I think I know we get more value than the cost of it. If not, we would not do it. We would stop.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars to the bottom line. Just, and it depends on the size of the organization, but for us, we're a pretty good size organization, and having someone that reminds us what we need to be focused on, take us out of the weeds and get us up to the leadership level where we strategically plan, makes all the difference. And so easily hundreds of thousands of dollars to the bottom line.